Hi, welcome to Untitled Tarot. I'm Juju, and this is going to be a spirit messages or collective reading for humanity. What's today? November. I want to say it's the 4th. Yeah, I think it's the 4th. So November 4th, 2021. And beyond. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If it's not your story or part of the story, I don't even feel like this is collective. I feel like this is just spirit messages that want to come out. The lighthouse, okay? So we just have to see what comes out. So everything's subject to free will, as well as the will of the divine. No one is free from law of cause and effect. Spirit, what do you want to say, please? What are you trying to say? Balance, okay. The lighthouse. Okay. What else for the collective? Or what spirit? What else do you want to say? Shooting star, wishes, distant shores. Okay. So we need to balance out the light and our wishes that are off in the distance here. We wish for something to come to fruition. We're wishing for something to come. There's a messenger coming. The fellowship. The hero and the innocence. So there's something coming in from a distant shore, from far away. Could be from like a different shooting star, the herald of a messenger that we may not understand or see. It is a beacon of hope, and it's a fellowship that comes to protect what they consider as sacred or innocent, which would be earth. And the young. Pegasus, so they fly. But we need to make sure that we see the right reflection. It's a mirror, okay, it's a mirror dimension. Pegasus resolved. Do we have what it takes? Lady of Autumn, the kissed, and the accepting the quest. So something's going to happen this fall regarding some type of messenger or a message received from a distant shore or from a distant star. It talks about accepting the quest to bring balance of sorrow and victory. Balancing the light here. Something that we won't see coming. The gatekeepers arrive. Is what I just heard. The enchanted emporium. There's like a magic here. Or it would look like magic. The butterfly queen. The butterfly queen or the butterfly woman comes to transform what is behind the mask and to allow for self-mastery here by winter. So between this fall and the deep in winter, bliss. That brings in bliss. Messenger from afar that brings in the butterfly woman, balancing out the light of a shooting star. Or light, or messages on light. From a distant shore, the fellowship begins. The hero that comes to protect the innocence, the Lady of Autumn, that is kissed by accepting the quest. Okay, hold on. Then we have the Fellowship of the Lady of Autumn. We have the Enchanted Emporium, the Butterfly Queen. It looks like magic. But it's not. It's just what we don't understand. Mastery of magic. Bringing transformation into bliss. The Lady of Winter. So between fall and winter time, before there's a deep freeze coming. See how these butterflies are frozen? You have the Lady of the Butterfly. The transformation by fire and ice. The mastery of our sorrows, or the Lady of our sorrows. will have victory, which will open up for the gatekeeper. Okay, that's really cryptic. Somebody will understand this. Oh, hey, Kayla. How are you? This is for the, it's just spirit messages. I don't know if you can hear me. It's hard to see, comments. But hey. So let's see. What else? Kind of want me to use this. What is this? What are you trying to say? They want me to use, Oracle of the Fae Folk. Or what is it called? The Fairies. What do you want to say, Spirit? What does the hidden folk want to say? For the, what messages do you have for everyone? The Pook, okay? The hidden realms, like almost like I see you. Tatum of the Poets, okay? And then we have the Glenconer in reverse. So it's about being your authentic self here and correct or appropriate expression. You see the difference? This is more washed out, more blended in, right? This is more vibrant. But that doesn't mean more vibrant necessarily is good, right? Or that washed out is necessarily bad. But with the Glenconer here in reverse, there's a revealing of the mask here. It's seeing yourself as you are, not as you want to perceive yourself. It's literally seeing yourself through another's eyes. It's learning about empathy here. See how the Pook has their arms kind of down? It's a non-aggressive pose here. It's being open to receive. And this one is more of like, I self-express, but I'm closed off to receiving expression. If that makes sense. But this is, the Glenconer here is someone who is very, about themselves. They wear a mask behind a mask. But this will be revealed. Tell me more. What else do you have to say, Spirit? So there's something about revelations or like revealing oneself. There's something about messenger too that we cannot avoid. Time, talk to me, time. Time, tell me, when would this, we have fall through winter. What, is there like approximate timeline of events? Okay, all right. Divine timing, but not now. Okay. All right. Bottom of deck, when you're ready. Approximately 3 weeks. Maybe. They don't really want to give a time frame. But there's a messenger coming. There's some type of information coming from a distant shore. And I don't mean like necessarily from Earth. Or from this, particularly this dimension. But there's a message coming. It's about an invitation to fellowship. In order to protect what is innocent, which would be children and the earth. So it wouldn't necessarily be adults. Okay? Because if you think about it, the Garden of Eden, which is the earth, if you think of it like this, it's truly innocent in the way it's supposed to have been. Nature doesn't know good or bad. It just knows what is, what isn't. That's what nature knows. What is and what it isn't. And I believe everything has a spirit. So, and it also has free will. So let's see. I'm going to take these back. So there's something about a revelation or revealing. Anything else, please? Show me for the, what else do you want to say, Spirit? Very cryptic today, Spirit. Knight of Wands. So this is a woman in this one. This can talk about rushing towards the light or to illumination, but constantly looking back. It's also like sacredness too, around magic. Keep what is sacred. This is almost like the Lady of Autumn too, as well, because you see all the red And then it almost looks like leaves here. She has almost like chaos magic flowing naturally from her hands. It talks about the transformation here for me. Sacred sites as well, but it's like going towards the light. Two of Swords here. Going towards the light, but yet still turning back. This is, the Two of Swords here talks about like temptation or listening to one's own heart, but also temptation here for me. It's like, do you hear the siren's call? See how they're both looking back at each other? Or they're both looking back at something. There might be a redhead involved and a brunette involved, possibly. They're both looking back at something. Okay. Then we have the Queen of Swords, who's looking downwards, who's taken the sword, who's used it, or who's about to wield it. Then we have the Three of Pentacles in the reverse is someone who is not properly working with someone, or properly not working with spirit here. Then we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse is no longer being an option, setting oneself free from something or limiting a belief here. This is like Cinderella at the ball, right? There's no time to spare. This is, for me, it's like a, Capricorn energy, but could also be Libra, because we're talking about a balance here. Yeah, Nine of Wands in reverse. It's like, we need to learn, or someone does, about proper use of boundaries. Okay. So Spirit is saying, why would we bring you something that you actually want when you're just not going to treat it right to begin with anyways? That might be for somebody. Yeah, we have the Ace of Pentacles reverse. You want offers, you want new offers, but your goal is, you see how she has like blood from her mouth? You can't get blood from her turnip, honey, is what I just heard. Why are you trying to get blood from her turnip? Okay, that's for somebody. Oh, hey, Zan. Hey. I'm sorry, I have a hard time just, I have a hard time, checking the comments while looking at this. But there's something about, like, trying to get blood from a turnip here when you know damn well you can't. It's damn near impossible, right? But it's not just about that, but it's also about it's like bleeding yourself out, bleeding yourself dry to try to get an offer. It's like someone here is trying to force someone's hand to do something, or someone is trying to force your hand to do something. Yeah, truth has been spoken with the Ace of Swords in the upright. There's a rejection of an offer. There's also a major conflict coming collectively, but also individually, like within ourselves, but also with each other. But there's also truth in this. So for me, my aces are like bingos, right? And with the Ace of Swords, it's like the truth has been spoken here. So anything prior to this card and after is correct. Nine of Cups reverse is like, what kind of wish do you want? How deep and how far are you willing to go for a wish here? This is someone who's like, you can see one of her hands, you can barely see the other one, but you don't really know what she's got going on. So somebody here is not showing their full hand. Here, I'll show my hands. Here you go. Two of Cups reverse. Someone is literally trying to force somebody to bear a cross that they don't want to bear. While one person is trying to keep their hands clean, but yet their hands are just as dirty as another's. Oh, that makes sense. That may not make sense. But it's like, you got twos here. And twos can talk about needing to make a very strong decision and then sticking with it, because we have a lot of back and forth, mental and emotional conflict. There's a war being waged between the mind and the heart in the collective, but also as individuals. There's a war. It's like being seen for the sake of being seen. How many nines do we have? We got 3 nines as well. Now we have Nine of Swords reverse. We got the Seven of Pentacles reverse. It's like, let go of the mental torment of realizing that something just was not a proper investment. That we have the Black Swan in reverse. So this is someone who takes a power of darkness but uses it against others in a not so nice way. versus channeling the feminine energy of the void and chaos and using it to propel your own personal power as far as personal growth, self-development, and those types of things. Someone who's using feminine energy in a more of a aggressive way versus, I'm not saying women shouldn't be aggressive. Hey, I'm all about that life. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm trying to be aggressive, but I'm all about women being, you know what I mean, able to do as they please. And all that good stuff too. But this is someone who doesn't like the choice someone else has made, so they're trying to change it for them, basically. And now this could be on an individual, okay, but this also can be a collective, because there's something that is coming collectively. There's Spirit is wants us to know that there's news from a distant shore, or a wish, or a messenger from a distant shore. It does not have to be a country. It could also be another dimension or another star system that is coming in. This one to come out. That is coming in to reveal something. Strength reverse. Somebody, 10 of Swords reverse. Somebody here is trying to overpower somebody and keep them in an upside down position, which is only tying them and binding them tighter and tighter and tighter to this person who they want to get away from. There's something about abuse of power as well regarding an ending. Forcing an ending. Or I'm also okay. You might want to go. Okay. So if this resonates for you, go check out the Aquarius reading. And I think it's Aquarius. I'm not 100% sure though. I think it might be Aquarius. So go check that out. Whether you have Aquarius in your chart or not, go check it out. There's something about that. Yeah, it's regarding the past. It's like childhood trauma, fear of abandonment here. Whether real or perceived. Another 6 of Pentacles reversed. It's not balanced. It's never going to be balanced. The Hanged Man, this is someone who's very selfish, very treacherous even. King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is someone who likes to sit on their laurels here, and they're in a very selfish way. Male or female, doesn't matter. Just wanted to come out. Judgment reverse. We got Scorpio and Sagittarius energy. It's like someone makes a very, very bad financial decision as well, which causes the destruction of a city. Now that's a collective message. It's a traitor. I'm also getting big oil as well, if that's collective. Someone's going to burn a city to the ground. 10 of Cups, loss of family here. Betraying a family, or they're going to, could be like a whistleblower or an oil spill somewhere that causes a big fire. Bad decisions, a bad judgment call, not receiving the wake-up call that we are absolutely needing. The Emperor reverse, this is someone who is all about their ego tripping. Male or female, doesn't matter. We got Aries, Taurus, Leo, also Sag, for me as a reader. We also have the 3 of Swords, 3 of Wands reverse, no longer wanting to wait, but this is an ego trip. Somebody here has an ego trip right now. Hermit reverse is not really understanding the true alchemy of what is. They're not heeding the warnings of the sages. Like, they're not listening to their ancestors either. Okay. They just want what they want, period. Yeah, and they're willing to sacrifice even their own boundaries for it. 9 of Pentacles, again, 4 9s. So it could be 9 days, 9 weeks, 9 months. Hell, 9 years. From the past to the future. Somebody here is like, they're not protecting what they've already created, because they want what they want. They're not heeding the warnings here. 9 of Cups in reverse is someone who's not sincere in their apology. 5 of Wands, they just want to create the drama. That's all that it is. They want to come out of the cold just to create more drama. Okay, they want to come back around to create more drama. This is a test. Spirit is saying this is a test. This is a test. And also, can you let something go? Okay, I know I'm not trying to talk shit about practitioners by any stretch of the means. What I'm saying is, like, if you create a constant thing, like, you got to ask permission if it's even cool with your ancestors to do what you need to do. Granted, you still have free will, but there's always a price to pay. There's always a price to pay for doing something like that. Okay, getting someone to come back to you just for the sake of coming back to you, even though you may not want them to come back, although you secretly do. In your heart, it has a price. The question is, are you willing to pay that price? It comes with a price. So let's see. Anything else, Spirit, you want to say? Oh, let's see. What else do you have to say? What else do you have to say? Bluebell Fairy, gratitude. Okay, Bluebird Spirit, happiness. So blue is about communication. Communicating a sense of gratitude with a joyful heart. Right? The sparrow here. Okay, I'm not sure if that's exactly the bird, but that looks like a sparrow to me. And I hear in that song by, it's an old, well, it's Eyes of a Sparrow. Okay, and the best rendition of it I've ever heard that I loved is by Lauryn Hill. I will link that in the comment section below, or if it's on Facebook, you guys are watching this, and I'll put it in the comment section below. But it's a beautiful song, The Eyes of a Sparrow, or something like that. And it talks about, and I literally just heard whistling. It talks about doing things with make your offerings out of gratitude and happiness, to just say thank you, not to ask for anything, because you have progression. When you operate from gratitude, you find your happiness. When you do things from a joyful heart with no expectations of something in return, so you're not creating any type of debt that you feel like somebody owes you, when in reality the world don't owe you shit. The earth don't owe you nothing. The world don't owe you nothing. The universe doesn't owe you anything. And a lot of people get messed up when they think that they are owed, when you're not. This earth will continue on if we don't kill it without us. The universe will continue on without us. So operate from a place of humble gratitude and only give from a place of joyfulness. If you are not able to give from a place of joyfulness, which is okay, without creating relational debt of any kind, then say no. And no is a complete sentence. You do not have to explain. But when you come from a place of gratitude, you come from a place, it creates more happiness. You have more of a progression. But there's a need to communicate this. Air, spirit, knowledge. Yeah, communicate. There's a need to communicate. Blue is all about communication. Air is about communication. It's also about higher knowledge and higher understanding. There's an invitation here for a higher understanding and a higher learning. But you have to come from a place of gratitude, not in a place of humbleness. You can't fill a cup that's already full, or thinks it's already full of everything that it needs to know and understand. I learn new shit all the time. All the time. I love it. I love it. I know the true master knows how much they don't know. Not how much they think that they know. Because when you think that you know something is when you find out you didn't know nothing to begin with. And you still don't. I don't know if that makes sense. That may not make sense. Power. Knowledge is power, but come from a place of gratitude, and you will be renewed in happiness. And knowledge of healing through bear spirit. Frog spirit talks about renewal because it can come onto land, it breathes air, and in water, right? So this can talk about the power of renewing of your happiness comes from a place of gratitude. There is great power in operating from gratitude. Dragon energy is very powerful, right? And then with the knowledge of healing, Bear Spirit talks about staying grounded and stable here. This talks about decluttering so you can bring in new energies. The lotus blooms out of the dark, murky waters, the muddy waters, right? That's where the lotus comes from, okay? Or like the lilies, okay? They come from the dark water, right? To reach the light. I don't know if that may not make sense for anyone. But how are you renewing your life? Are you decluttering? Are we cleaning up our fucking mess as a collective? Mm. There's happiness in doing that. There's happiness in, you know, cleaning things up. Anything else? Moonlight, enchantment, magic. Yeah, there's power and magic, but there's even more power when you do it from a place of gratitude and a humble heart, a pure heart. It's all about your intention, right? Moonlight, enchantment. So maybe I know we have a new moon. I'm not sure if today's the 4th or the 5th right now, but I know we have a new moon that get peaks on the 5th. So maybe you're doing some type of cleansing, right? But be careful of magic on others. Trying to force someone else's hand. Be careful of that. But if you're doing it for yourself, for renewal and cleaning, and Raven Spirit talks about the truth here, heed the warnings, okay, of the Raven. Pay attention to the omens. If you don't want the truth, then don't ask, is what I just heard. If you're asking the mother or the moon, if you're asking the Raven or Morgane or Morgana, okay, to come and answer some questions from you. If you're a seer or you're psychic or all these things, and you get an answer that you don't like, then why did you even ask to begin with? Why did you ask to begin with? This is what I'm hearing. There is magic in everything, right? There is power in everything, but there's even a greater power. Even a greater power when you come from a place of humbleness and gratitude to your ancestors, and gratefulness and gratitude towards the elemental spirits, for a collective and an individual. Okay, we can't just keep taking the power and not giving back, and giving thanks and showing gratitude and allowing and decluttering and renewing and creating appropriate sacred space, right? Protection, renewal and protection here. Look, and passage. You want protection through a passageway through magic, but are you doing the healing? Are you doing the healing? I mean, because you can do magic if you want, but if you come in doing it from a place of not unhealed woundedness, okay, and you're doing it against others, then you are going to bring that type of dark energy towards yourself. If you're being given the answer to a question by the divine, or through however forms of divination, and or whatever, downloads, dreams, magic, I don't know, whatever it is, and you don't like the answer, then why did you ask? I guess somebody who does a lot of scrying, like maybe water scrying, or black mirror scrying of some kind, and they ask the question, they're given the answer multiple times in various different forms, but they don't like the answer. Then why did you ask? Let's see. Let's see what the runes have to say. What do you have to say about this? What is this about? But yeah, there's the happiness and renewal, but you need to protect the earth, but also protect each other. There needs to be a balancing and alignment between mind, body, heart, and spirit, and intuition. Balancing magic, protection magic is going to be really important right now as you go through a passage of healing with knowledge, wisdom, and gratitude, though. So you have what is wisdom? Is knowledge plus experience equals wisdom, right? But you don't want to have the kind of bad experience that teaches you how not to do something, right? You want to try to learn it before. This is a test. Someone has been initiated into something, and it's a test. Okay. Let's see. What else you got to say? All right. Try not to move them. Okay. 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 And, okay. All right. All right. Where's my pencil? So here we have the winds. I just don't want to move them. You need to change directions in your communication and take flight or take movement in a different direction here. This is a feminine energy or feminine principle here. These are starting to line up. These are trying to line up, but they're not 100% aligned. See, these are aligned, right? It's almost like it's pointing you this direction. Right? So that would be north, south, east, west. So that'd be to the northwest. So maybe you're wanting to travel out northwest or wherever you are. That could be anywhere in the northwest, wherever you are located. This is the feminine principle here, the wishes of the feminine. Okay, the moon cycles, menstrual cycles. But this is also the feminine principle, okay? Listen to the intuition of the feminine energy, right? The wishes here. So this also talks about hopes of healing the mother, or healing the feminine principle, all right? There's a mother wound here, but also in this collective mother wound is also a collective karma wound, I guess. That's how they're saying it. Is that right, Spirit? I'm not sure I understand what you're saying. Say that again? Or differently? Oh. Okay. That makes sense. So basically, what's happening here is because we all have a collective mother wound because we're destroying our true mother. The one mother, the earth. And that's being reflected in our cycles as feminine energy, like our menstrual cycles. It's being reflected in the way the moon is acting. It's being reflected in the way nature is acting, the way the earth is acting. The earth is magic. It is magic. It's the embodiment of magic. The earth is a soul at some point in time was human. That evolved past the human existence. It's expanding out to become its own universe. Eventually. Its own deity beyond just being Gaia. That's a real trippy message. That's like making my scalp tingle. It's really intense. But we need to choose a different direction. There's movement here. See how it's going this way? It kind of almost looks like a part of an arrow. It's going like a T. Okay, or a Y, almost like a little Y. This could even be, hold on one second. Sorry, that was a phone call. So it's almost like but it's not quite aligned yet. See, there's some stuff that's off. This movement, this communication needs to change this direction. We're changing the course of history as we speak. As a collective, we need to work with the earth and earth magic in order to ground us. So this is more like for the feminine energy principle. So feminine, okay, women, okay, are those who, have more of that align with the feminine energy. There needs to be a gathering. And there needs to be work done on the earth. I don't know what it's called, but they're showing me laying hands on the earth. Like touching the earth, like the ground. Obviously within reason, because I don't know where you're located. You could be somewhere that doesn't allow for that because it's a really, a dangerous area. Maybe you live out in the wilderness or the tundra somewhere or Antarctica. But you can go and touch a little part, even if it's just a little part. And maybe at a certain date and time, everybody around the globe, all feminine women or all feminine energies, touch the earth and pray for the earth. Whatever you believe in and however you pray to do that. Because the earth needs prayers, it needs songs. If not, she's going to die. She can't really die. But she sure as hell can make it where we don't survive. And she can protect the passage. So it's like the earth is going through a passage. I don't know. It's like a trajectory here. The earth is going through a passageway through something. There could be like ancient stones or what are those called? Monoliths or means of communication that are going to be able to pick up. Back to the original part of the message or the very beginning when I was talking about a messenger arrives from distant shores, and it does not have to be on the earth either. But there's a messenger that brings in the initiation or the invitation of a fellowship to bring in like almost like a hero, but not really a hero, but the fellowship itself in order to protect the innocents, which would be children, like babies and children, and the earth itself. It's like I'm hearing Noah's Ark in a way. But we got to change the course of our direction. Okay, if it's talking about the earth itself she's going through a passage. She's changing her course of direction. She could also be changing the way she turns. So be turning this way for a bit and turning back. And then instead of going, I guess would be clockwise, be going counterclockwise. I don't know, there's something about the earth changing movements. Or direction. I don't know if that's even possible. That may not even make any sense. I'm not sure I understand it either, but that's what they said. Let me get one more. Anything else, please? Oh. Everything's interconnected. Everything's interlocked. Everything's connected and weaving in and out. You see? I don't know if you can see this, but we got one circle here, and one... it's almost like overlapping time. Let me ask time. See, instead of me asking a time frame, I'm asking time itself. Time to me is a being. It's a loom of destiny. It's a weave. It's a thread. Okay? That's how I see it. Time, what do you have? What say you about this? Time, what say you about this? What do you say about this time? Approximately 9 months from now. Okay? Something's going to happen. Now. Okay? There's September happened, so 9th month. There was an unknown event. It's not shared. It'll be revealed approximately a year from now or in March. How many months is that from now? March. So we're November. So November, December, January, February, March. It's 5 months. Present time. It's something's coming to pass, but it won't be completed until then. Okay? Whatever that means. Okay? There's something that's interconnected with the moon as well. Well, we are all feminine energies, females we're all interconnected to the moon. The moon is affecting our cycles. Collectively, we're all coming into sync because we're getting into sync with the Earth's heartbeat. Like our cycles, our menstrual cycles are literally being affected by the moon to all be syncing up. Literally to be syncing up with every woman. Whether you have a cycle, you know, if you're in crone phase or whatever, you're through menopause or whatever, even if you don't have an actual cycle, you still are feminine, you're still born feminine, so you still have that bit of that produced in your mind or your brain and other parts of that hormone. And for whatever reasons, there's something about us, spirit, I don't understand, something about us all syncing up on our cycles because we're also syncing up with the Earth's heartbeat or its resonance. Something about that. Let me see. What else, Spirit, do you have to say? What else do you have to say, Spirit? And they want me to get these and then my dice, and then I'll pull some messages or oracle messages, and that's it. All right, let's see. What else, Spirit, you have to say or want to say? Four of Wands reversed. We're not protecting the truth. It's gonna be a major. Oh, God. All right. There's gonna be a major fire in a tundra or in a jungle of some kind, or like a Siberia. The great trees are on fire. Four of Swords here. There's no communication, no wind, or winds will carry this, and you won't be able to stop it. You'll need a lot of water to be able to put it out, but we won't have enough. More Lotus energy. Yeah, there's gonna be quite a bit of Ten of Swords with the the four horsemen of the apocalypse, the angel of death, and pestilence. There's something about poisoning in the water as well. Something's going to carry the fires on the winds, or the smoke on the winds, but there's also something about poisoning of the water. Pestilence. Eight of Wands here. Communication. Creation. Creation is holding the feminine right now. Yep. Page of Swords. Holding the feminine. Communication, it will be key, especially of the feminine energy. Communication with the truth, fighting for what is true. Against the power. But this is also going back. It's not so much masculine magicians as it's going to be high priestess energy that's coming into play here. Not that we discredit the masculine energy, because we love them too. We all have that within us. But it's not the time of the masculine druid. It's the time of the feminine druid. The transformation of the butterfly, okay? Then seeing all aspects, okay? The wisdom of enlightenment, or the wisdom of the lightning and enlightening aspect of revelation of truth. Okay? That's not to take away from the masculine energy by any stretch of the means, because we love them too. All right, let's see. What story do you have to say, Dice? What story do you have to say? Okay, so we have a plane, a bee, we have a magician's wand, we have an ID, an eye, so seeing someone's ID, so this is more collective. We have handshakes here, we got a rabbit and light. But the rabbit's in reverse, so not producing something. Not producing enlightenment here for collaboration. We also have a smiley face, but an apple in a flight. There's knowledge of an apple, like an apple a day brings a doctor away. Someone might get sick on an airplane. Let me see, what is that one? What is this one? I don't want to turn it too much. Bridge. Yeah. So, the sweetness. Okay, protecting the bees. Okay. Bridge over troubled waters here to sweetness. There's a hive. Something about a hive here. Something's being illuminated about a plane crash, or something about the fruit. Bearing fruit of what's been already done or manifested. Here we have on this side, I'm not sure what this is. Looks like a rainbow with an ID and an eye. So IDing a hive, a collective, or runner, a running away. What is this? Okay, it could be a running away. An eyewitness that can ID a part of the hive. Whatever that means. Okay. Let's get some time on that. When will that happen? Where's my die for time? Where is it? Let's see. When will that happen? So it can be on the 13th of November, which is actually my birthday. It can be, so we got 1/13, so it could be January 13th possibly. Could be January 19th. Could be November 19th, November 13th, November 7th, 5th. Or, yep, we got 11/13 here. So I get more 11, either between the 11th, November 9th and November 13th, up to the 19th could happen. Or it could even be 13 days, 13 weeks, or 13 months. Okay? So let me get some guidance for all of us, for the collective. And I'm feeling more of the feminine aspect here. This might be more of a feminine reading for the feminine energy. But, you know, if you identify with that, cool. This may apply to you as well. They're going to want me to read this too. Okay. I wasn't going to, but I'm being told I need to do that. What guidance do you have, please, for the collective? Or what messages or guidance do you want to say? I'm not going to read all of these. Let's see. We have Rabbi. I'm thinking I'm saying that. Rabbi says, the Queen of Saintly Women. I am in service of divine love. I move the way love asks me to move. Hestia says, the Goddess of Sanctuary. No matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. And then we got Hydja, the mother of believers. I am spiritually and financially abundant. I provide heaven and earth for myself. And then we have the cosmic egg. I'm going to read this one. The divine feminine. I hold the universe within me. I am the force of an ever-expanding love. I'm going to read that one. The cosmic egg. Let me find it real fast. I have a feeling this is about to get real deep. Welcome to Scorpio season. Let's see. Let me find it. Okay, 214. It's the very last card of the deck. Okay. So, here we go. The Cosmic Egg. The Divine Feminine. I hold the universe within me. I am the force of an ever-expanding love. Who is she? The cosmic egg is the core symbol of the Divine Feminine's creative force. It is a spiritual motif found in the creation myths of countless cultures and civilizations. It represents a birth, a new beginning, or an expansion of life. In the Rig Veda, one of the oldest texts in the Indo-European language, the cosmos is described as a golden egg-shaped womb. The entire universe is said to have emerged from it. In Greek mythology, the Orphic egg hatched the primordial I can't say that word. Anthropomorphic deity, who then created all the gods and goddesses. It is depicted as an egg with a serpent wrapped 3 times around it. In Egyptian, Chinese, and Polynesian mythologies, among many others, creation begins with an egg, and in Christian tradition, Mary Magdalene used the egg to describe how life begins again after death. In the modern cosmology, it is believed that 13 billion years ago, the entire mass of the universe was compressed into a gravitational singularity, the so-called cosmic egg. And from that singularity, the universe has expanded ever since to its current state and continues in this moment to expand even further. When your soul selects this card, nothing needs to happen. Everything is exactly as it should be. You hold the universe hold the universe inside you. All life begins from within. If you try to exert pressure for something to exist before it's ready, that new life within you won't have the time it needs to fully form. The cosmic egg is the essence of the Divine Feminine. It is the ultimate symbol of the creative force that exists within each one of us. It's the dark, loving womb that holds and protects all creative expressions of life. If we allow what's within us to emerge in divine timing, in kairos or soul time, then then what's within us will transform us. The egg is the trust that what is ours can never be taken from us. So there's no need to answer the ego's push to rush the process to impress others or to complete something on someone else's timeline. The egg is the faith that our process is sacred. That even in the midst of what looks like chaos or delay or even death, there is a trindle of new life that needs only our trust to eventually take form. And the egg is the knowing that life begins again after death from within. Soul voice meditation. Where am I ready to expand? Intention. I hold the universe within me. I am the force of an ever-expanding love. Damn, that gave me chills. This is what I got for you guys. I hope this helps. Okay? So, yeah. I'm going to leave this up here on my Facebook. I will be posting this also on YouTube for others to see. I love you guys. Take care of yourself. Until next time.